Welcome back to the Artefactors Union. I am your host and foreman, Douglas Scoundrels. Today, we are assembling the Makin Bacon box for the Bayou faction, the pig keyword, technically the Suian pig keyword. Box contains 4 miniatures, the sow, this Cerberus pig model in the background, and 3 piglets, 2 of them being right here. And third one, nope, that's just another repeat of the artwork on the front. Anyways, that is our artwork. Let's look at the renders on the back. Sow being our very large model on a 50mm base. And then our 3 little piglets. Looks like they should be pretty simple, but we'll see. Let's look at the sprues now. Oh joy, looks like they're going to be pretty easy. Here's our sow being the bigger model with more bits, but it looks quite reasonable. And then our piglets being just like 3 bits each. I'm excited to do this quickly, so let's go ahead and do this quickly. Now we will start with the sow, our named model, but let's go ahead and look at our instructions first and then get started on our order of assembly. Alright, for the sow, we're going to take the 2 halves of the main body and put them together, and then add the teats, I guess, on the bottom. Then we will do the outer parts of the right head and the outer parts of the left head and the front leg as well, this bit right here, as they show in the instructions. And then we'll move on to the other part of the instructions. We'll go ahead and do the 2 bits of the top head, which is this right here, which is part of the lower jaw, and the ears, which are right here. And then we'll add in the inner parts of the 3 heads and finish with the lower jaw of the left head and the lower tusks of the right head. I believe those were all the bits, so let's go ahead and get started with these 3 bits. So this is the the right half of the sow. We've got these nice pegs that go into these nice holes on the right half, so I can probably just squeeze them together now. They'll go together like that, but you should probably glue them. Do that now. Okay. There is the shell of our pig. Now add these bits right in there. I like that. Okay. Those are attached. Or I guess that one bit is attached. Look at the butt for no good reason. The next 2 bits, if you need a reminder, I'm going to attach this one on the right side and this one on the left side. Our first bit is going to attach right in here, like so. And then our other bit is going to attach right along here. Alright, we're going to go ahead and move on. This will be the next sort of stage in the instructions. Go ahead and do the middle pig's ears and then jaw. Those being relatively certain here and this one. Head hole? No head hole. Now that jaw. Do some filling, but I'm pretty sure it sits right on this sort of shelf right there. Yeah, it probably would have been smarter to wait to do the main middle piece first, which we're going to go ahead and do next. So, let's go ahead and add this bit, and then we'll do the jaw of the left pig head, and then the jaw / tusks of the right pig head. Okay, now that our big pig hole is filled in, let's do the left head jaw. Alright, the jaw's in. Now the smaller tusky jaw bit's going right in there. Looks like they very kindly gave you grooves on the side of the snoot, so it fits in real nice and snug. Alright, we're done with the sow. Put her on a base. The sow is done. Overall, a pretty simple model. I have no real complaints over it. Maybe the hardest part would be the tusks on the central head, although the tusks on the right and left head were also kind of, sort of, a little bit harder than the rest of the bits. Really kind of reaching for it. Pretty simple model. Pretty happy to put it together. No complaints. Let's move on. Alright, our piglets are quite simple, but we'll go ahead and show you the instructions anyways. Show them the instructions. Okay, since these are so easy, we're just going to go ahead and do them in quick succession, and then we'll review all three all at once. Alright, first pig, going to do the 2 halves of them and then add the head. Second pig, cut the body out. Do the left forearm and then the tail. Pig number 3, do the 2 halves of them and add the head. That's it. Let's start with these 3 bits. So it looks like this Piglet 1 that's labeled on the sprue is actually Piglet 3 in the instructions. They're literally the same thing though. You add the 2 halves of the body and then the head, so I'm not going to complain too much. So this is Piglet 3. Now we've got the left half of the body. Let's add the right half of the body. Okay, we've got a pig body. Now add a pig head. I accidentally added it and then forgot I had to record the step. Alright, he's all done. 1 pig down, put him on a base. Second pig, going top to bottom, grab the body, add the front left leg, and then the tail. Hey look, everyone's least favorite connection point, a smooth flat surface on a smooth flat surface that you can barely tell the difference between it and the rest of the model. But I'm sure with enough fiddling around, the seam will get to a point where it almost closes off. So just do a little bit of fiddling, alright? Glue it right there. So I guess the nice thing is there is the slightest ridge that runs down vertically on the connection point, and there is a matching ridge on the connection point of the arm, so that will give you a point of reference. So it actually wasn't too hard to find where it went, but that looks pretty good. So now let's just jam the tail in there. There's only one way it'll fit in, because that's a semicircle. Okay, that part was actually harder. I actually misjudged the shape and put it in wrong initially. So this is the direction the tail's supposed to be facing. It'll save you an embarrassment, unlike me. Alright, he's done. Face him. They're piglets. Left half, right half, head. Left half. Right half. And a head. All done. Face time. The piglets are done. We're going to call them Hormel, Smithfield, and Jimmy Dean. You can decide which one is which. Very easy. The hardest part was the second piglet, both the arm and the tail, giving me just a little bit of difficulty, but nothing at all actually difficult. Just looking for something to talk about. Alright, let's go to the whole box. The Makin Bacon box is completed, containing the sow and 3 piglets. All of the difficulty was in the sow. Piglets were quite easy, with the special exception being the second one, with just a little bit of confusion in the left arm and the tail. But even then, the sow was pretty simple, the hardest parts really being just the tiny bits of the tusks and jaw. But you knew where those went, and they still weren't all too terribly small compared to a lot of other minis in the game. Overall, easy box. Like, 2 out of 10. I give it a rating. I have no idea if I'm going to keep doing this rating thing or not, but I'm not going to complain, especially after the last box I did. So I'm just going to call it good and enjoy my extra free time. I have been your foreman, Douglas Scoundrels, helping you build a better Malifaux. I'm hungry.